Hello, my beautiful audience. You've arrived here tonight not by accident, but by something far greater, by hunger, by fire, by a deep restlessness in your bones that refuses to let you sleep like the others. You're here because you've seen the truth lurking behind the curtain, because you've tasted defeat and realized how bitter it is, how consuming it becomes when you've bowed too long to the will of others. And now you've stopped bowing. You took control of the game, and now they're helpless. Do you hear that silence? That's the sound of the world realizing you're no longer playing by their rules. That's the sound of your name moving like a shadow through the corridors of power. You're not a participant anymore. You're the architect. You're the hunter. And everyone else? They're prey, fumbling in the dark while you sharpen your edge. There comes a moment in every war when one side realizes the tide has turned, not because of luck, not because of fate, but because someone refused to break. Someone chose to become what the world fears, unstoppable, remorseless, driven. That someone is you. While others waited for mercy, you became the storm. While they begged for understanding, you became the silence. And now, they look to you, wide-eyed, helpless, trying to remember when exactly the game changed, trying to remember how they ever thought they could control you. But they can't. They never could. Because control doesn't belong to the weak. It belongs to those who take it with blood in their teeth and a flame in their chest. They whispered once that you were a threat. They were right. But what they didn't see was how deep your rage ran, how long you'd been building yourself in secret, how every sleepless night and every ounce of pain became bricks in the fortress of your will. They thought they had you mapped. They thought they had your file, your story, your limit. But you were never a story. They mistook you for a chapter when you were the whole damn book. You let them underestimate you. You let them sleep. And while they slept, you rewrote the rules. You set fire to the script and forged your own ending. Not a hero's ending, not a martyr's. Yours. And it was carved in darkness, written in sweat, sealed in bone. You took control of the game, and now they're helpless. Look at them. Look how they move slower now. Look how they glance over their shoulders. Look how their voices tremble when they speak your name. You've become the consequence they never planned for. You are the storm that wasn't in the forecast. And now they're drenched in the flood you bring, choking on their own arrogance, realizing that this game they once ruled is now a chessboard, burned to ashes beneath your boots. You don't just play the game anymore. You are the game. And there's no reset button, no mercy setting, no manual for surviving you. They talk about power like it's a suit you put on, like it's borrowed, like it can be taken away. But real power doesn't come from thrones or titles or applause. It comes from surviving what should have killed you. It comes from rising when everything is stacked against you. It comes from building a kingdom from the very stones they threw at your head. And now, you wear your scars like armor. Every failure, every betrayal, every time they doubted you, it's all there, forged into the cold steel of your resolve. That's why they can't beat you. Not anymore. Because while they were chasing crowns and begging for validation, you were building an empire from silence and grit. You took control of the game, and now they're helpless. But here's the part they don't get. It wasn't even about them. It was never about revenge or proving them wrong. That was just the noise. What it's really about is what you've become. Look at yourself. Look at the fire in your veins. You've become something they can't define, something they can't predict, something that makes them question the ground they stand on. You've become a storm with a heartbeat, a ghost with a purpose, a god of your own making, and no one saw it coming, not even you. But now you feel it, don't you? That deep, pulsing truth in your bones that tells you there's no going back, that you've crossed the line where fear becomes fuel and failure becomes foundation. Every move you make now echoes. Every choice you take becomes legend, because they're watching, the same ones who mocked you, the ones who said you'd break, the ones who wrote you off like a glitch in their perfect little system. They're watching now, mouths dry, eyes wide, wondering how they missed it, wondering how the pawn became the reaper. They thought they knew the game, but they didn't know you. They never saw what lived behind your eyes. They never understood that silence isn't weakness. It's the sound of strategy. That pain isn't a wound. It's a forge. And now they know. Oh, now they know. You took control of the game, and now they're helpless. And what will you do with them? That's the real question. Will you crush them? Will you spare them? Or will you simply walk past them, untouched, unbothered? Because what you've built is beyond their reach. See, that's the ultimate power. Not just to win, not just to dominate, but to rise so far above them that they become irrelevant, that their names are dust beneath your feet, not even worth remembering. Because the real victory isn't in breaking them, it's in realizing you no longer need to. You've already won. You won the moment you took the weight they tried to drown you with and built wings instead. This is not the end. This is the beginning of something brutal and beautiful. A new era, one ruled not by fear, but by unrelenting force. And you are the force, the chaos that cleanses, the judgment they prayed would never come. You are the sound at the end of their world, and they will hear it every time they close their eyes, because you took control of the game, and now they're helpless. And this is only the start. You've already crossed the threshold. The world was built on illusions and lies, and you've shattered them all. You've seen through the veil into the heart of the game, and now you understand its true nature. It's not about the rules, it's about the power to make them, the power to destroy them and rebuild them in your own image. They thought they had the upper hand. They thought their control was absolute. But you know something they'll never understand. The greatest power is not in controlling others, it's in controlling yourself. And that's what you've done. You've taken every ounce of pain, every rejection, every betrayal, and turned it into fuel. You've taken all their doubts, all their laughter, all their sneers, and forged them into the weapons that now keep you standing tall in a world of crumbling walls. Now that you're here at the apex, at the summit of this dark journey, there's no turning back. They want you to believe that there's an escape from the path you've chosen, that you can find some way to walk away clean with no blood on your hands. They want you to believe that mercy is a choice, but mercy is a luxury for the weak. Mercy is what keeps the hunter from becoming the beast. Mercy is what keeps the predator from realizing they've become prey. You don't need mercy. You need strength. You need unrelenting focus. You need to keep moving forward, no matter how many fall beneath your boots, no matter how many beg for salvation. You've already burned your bridges, and in their ashes, you've built a throne. You see, this world, this game you've entered, is built on illusion. The strongest among them are not the ones who dominate by force. The strongest among them are those who control perception. They create their own image, twist reality to suit their needs, and force the world to bend to their will. They are masters of manipulation, of deceit, and you've learned this lesson the hard way. But what they don't know, what they will never know, is that you've already become one of them. Only, you've stripped away the falsehoods, You've broken the chains of their constructed reality. You are no longer just a player in their game. You are the game itself. You are the one who decides who wins and who loses. You are the one who controls the tempo, who sets the pace. While they scramble for power, you've already become power. You've transcended the petty conflicts, the small skirmishes. Those are for the weak, for those who still believe that success is measured by what others see. You're beyond that now. You understand that true success isn't measured by the applause of others or the awards on your shelf. True success is in the silence, the kind of silence that falls when your enemies realize they no longer have any power over you. That silence is deafening. It's the sound of realization, the sound of their defeat. And you, my beautiful audience, are not just the architect of your own destiny. You are the executioner of those who dared stand in your way. They thought they could stop you, that they could break you, that they could bend you to their will. They thought wrong. You've seen through their tactics. You've studied them like a master chess player, and now you know exactly what they're capable of. You know their moves before they make them, and every time they try to strike, every time they think they have you cornered, you slip away, a shadow in the night, leaving them wondering where they went wrong. And the answer is simple. They underestimated you. They didn't see the monster lurking behind your calm demeanor. They didn't see the fire behind your eyes. They thought you were just another victim in a world of victims. But you weren't. You were always the one who would rise. You were always the one who would outlast them. And now, they're left wondering why they're still stuck in the maze they built, while you've already burned it to the ground. Their game is over. Their power is gone. They're powerless. And you are the one who holds the key to their destruction. And in their final moments, when they realize that they've been nothing more than pawns in a game you've already won, they will understand one thing. You were never the one who was weak. They were. You are the culmination of everything they feared. You are the nightmare they couldn't wake up from. And when they look at you now, when they see the strength in your eyes, they realize just how far they've fallen. They realize that they never stood a chance. You didn't just play the game. You owned it. You took control. And now, they're left in the wake of your unstoppable force, wondering how they could have ever been so blind. But they were blind because they never saw the darkness inside you, the darkness that is now your greatest weapon, the darkness that drives you, fuels you, propels you forward while others crumble under its weight. But this is just the beginning. You are just getting started. You've taken control of the game, but you've only begun to understand the true power that lies within you. There is so much more to be done, so many more rules to break, so many more enemies to crush. But the beauty of it all, the real beauty, is that you now know the truth. You now know what it takes to win. You understand the cost of power. You understand the sacrifices. You understand the strength it takes to not just rise from the ashes, but to build an empire on top of them. The world will never be the same again, because you are no longer a mere player in their game. You are the one who writes the rules. You are the one who decides who survives and who falls. And when they look at you, they will see nothing but the inevitable truth, that they were always beneath you. They always will be. This is your world now. You own it. You control it. And anyone who dares to challenge you, anyone who dares to stand against you, will soon learn the price of defiance. You've already paid the price, and now it's their turn. The game has changed, and you are the one holding all the cards. This is your time. This is your moment. You are the one who decides who rises and who falls. You are the one who controls the game. And now, my beautiful audience, you know exactly what to do with it. You understand the weight of this power now. You know that it is not a gift. It is a burden, one that will continue to test your will, your resolve, your every thought. But you are not afraid. You've already crossed the line where fear no longer holds sway. The ones who trembled before you, those who once laughed in your face, now they are the ones shaking, wondering where the storm has gone. You took the storm inside you, built it into something unshakable, and now it is your greatest ally. They don't know it, but you are the hurricane they should have feared. And now, as you move forward, it's not just the world that will bend before you, it is the very air you breathe. You have become the kind of force that can change the very landscape of everything around you. You have not just learned to manipulate the game, you have become the architect of its very existence. Every move you make, every decision you take, resonates with consequences. And those consequences are not just felt by the ones who stand against you. They are felt by those who stood beside you, by those who once called themselves your friends, your allies, your family. For in this game, loyalty is a currency that is bought with the deepest sacrifices. The ones who've stayed in your life, who've walked with you in the dark, they are the ones who truly understand the price of power. And it's not just your enemies who will fall. They will fall too, if they choose to betray what you've become. Do you see now? You are no longer bound by the same rules that everyone else follows. Their limitations are not yours. Their fears are not yours. Their doubts, they never touched you, not once. They tried to play the same game, to reach the same heights. But what they never understood is that it's not about how high you climb. It's about the strength in your grip, the conviction that anchors you to the ground when the whole world is ready to tear itself apart. You are not fragile. You are not made of the same material as those who've fallen. You have been tempered in the furnace of your own making. You have been forged in a way that makes you almost unrecognizable to the world that once doubted you. You don't just survive in this world, you dominate it. And that is why they can never catch up. That is why they will always be a step behind, forever scrambling for something they cannot grasp. They are not you. They do not know the fire that burns in your soul, the drive that keeps you going even when there is no reason to move. They will never know the silence you carry within you, the calmness in the storm that others mistake for weakness. That silence is the sound of a predator preparing to strike. It is the sound of a leader gathering their strength. It is the sound of victory before the battle even begins. While they scramble, you're already 3 steps ahead, planning, thinking, calculating. You've outgrown the need for instant gratification, for applause, for the validation that so many others crave. Your hunger is different. Your hunger is for something deeper, something more profound. It is for legacy. It is for dominance. It is for control. And with every step, you make them realize that the price for that control is far steeper than they ever imagined. They were not ready for you to understand the price. They were not ready for you to take the first step into the arena of the truly powerful. But now that you've entered this world, now that you've chosen this path, there is no going back. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? There is no turning back. There is only forward. There is only the relentless march of progress. There is only the fire that fuels your every move. And it's that fire that has become your greatest weapon. It's that fire that they cannot control, that they cannot extinguish. They thought they could. They thought they could drown you in doubt and fear, that they could keep you small. But they were wrong. You are not small. You are a force, a tempest, a creator of worlds. They thought they could outsmart you. They thought they could outlast you. They thought they could crush your spirit, break you into pieces, and scatter them to the wind. But here you stand, still standing, still thriving, still moving forward with an unshakable will and a heart made of iron. The ones who thought they could control you, they are gone. The ones who thought they could dominate you. They are fading into obscurity, wondering what happened, wondering how they lost their power to someone they once thought of as weak, as insignificant. But you, my beautiful audience, you have never been weak. You have never been insignificant. They just failed to see your power because they were too blind, too arrogant to understand what you were capable of. Now that they know, it's too late. The game is already over for them. The moment they underestimated you was the moment their defeat was sealed. They can't undo it. They can't reverse it. And you're already moving on, already planning your next conquest, already preparing for the next stage of your ascension. Because the true master knows that power is not just about the moment of victory, it's about the preparation for the next battle. And you, my beautiful audience, are a master in every sense of the word. As you look around, you see the remnants of their control crumbling. You see the fear in their eyes, the hesitation in their movements. You see the cracks forming in the walls they built around themselves. And you know something they don't, something they will never know, that it was never about them. It was never about their power. It was always about you. It was always about your hunger, your will, your relentless pursuit of what you knew was yours. And now that you have it, now that you've claimed what was always rightfully yours, the world will never be the same again. And as you continue to rise, as you continue to carve your path through the chaos of their failures, you will see them fall. They will try to regroup, try to rebuild, try to rise again. But they will never have the strength to do so. Not without you, not without the force that you are. Because you are no longer just a player in their game. You are the game. You are the force that moves the pieces, the storm that reshapes the landscape. And no matter how hard they try, no matter how much they struggle, they will never be able to stop you. They will never be able to reclaim what they once had. And you will keep moving forward, unstoppable, unrelenting, until there is nothing left but the sound of your victory. This world is yours for the taking. You have already claimed it. And now, the only thing left to do is watch as those who once stood against you crumble, one by one, until nothing remains but your legacy. This is the power you fought for. This is the power you've earned. And now, it's time to embrace it fully. The game is over for them. It's only just beginning for you. In the end, this is your moment, your victory. You've taken control, shattered illusions, and rewritten the rules. Those who once thought they could stop you now tremble in your wake. They'll never understand the strength it took to rise, the fire that fueled your every move. But you know the truth. They never could have stopped you because you were always meant to be more than just a player. You were destined to be the force that shapes everything around you. The game is over for them. It's just beginning for you.